Coach, what's the biggest step forward you see from this offensive line from Notre Dame to Saturday night?
Multiple. Starts with the individual play of the players. I think each one of them, the starting offensive linemen, are playing their best football. Start on the other side of the line, Juwan Bushell-Beatty, right tackle. I thought he had his best game as a Wolverine. The way he sustained his blocks and the way he finished his blocks, whether they were front side or back side, I thought it was a real good game for Juwan, his best as a Michigan Wolverine. Also in tandem with Michael Wayne, those two on the right side really had a heck of a ball game, and all five graded out at a winning level this past game. So yeah, the progression has been good for each of them individually and also as a unit.
Just to the side, Steve.
Jim, can you talk about Josh Metellus and what he's given you this year and the progress he's made?
Yeah, terrific game this past week. He was our defensive player of the game. Interception again, plus tackles, PBU. Carlo Kemp got pressure on LeVert's interception, and David Long got a hand on the ball that Josh intercepted. Yeah, overall, I thought the same could be said about Josh Metellus. This was his best game as a Wolverine, and continues to be a solid tackler and a good coverage safety, and great to see him get his hands on the ball with another interception and create the big play, sending player.
Just behind Adam.
Jim, how do you game plan? Michigan State's known for throwing trick plays in there. They've been successful more times than not. How do you game plan against something like that? And given you guys haven't really seen a lot of that against, people haven't tried a lot of that against you.
They haven't?
Trick plays, sounds good.
Yeah, always on alert. Always on alert in terms of trick plays. Scouting and watching the tape and yeah, that's the special focus, to be on alert for them. Practice.
Chris.
Coach, what makes them so tough to run the ball on? What have you seen on film of their run defense?
Yes, very good run defense. They're very stout up front. I mean, they got some real hard playing guys, and linebackers that are some of the best in the league, and very sound system that they do a great job of adjusting, and tremendously very well coached, and they have a lot of variation to their scheme, which don't see people really ever want to run and open in the passing game. If there are holes in the run game, they get closed quickly. They get adjusted to, and so all good.
On the right, Jennifer.
Jim, after winning 6 straight games and going undefeated in the conference thus far, can you gauge where the confidence of your team is and how that emotion might help you going into a big rivalry game?
Can I gauge the?
What is the confidence of your team?
Good. Confident team.
Comparatively?
Yeah.
Beginning to...
Yeah, enthusiastic every day. Excited to get back on the field and practice and prepare for the ball game. That's the kind of team it's been. It's been a hard-working team that takes it one day at a time, one game at a time.
Is there a little extra emotion going into a game like this?
Yes. In-state rival, Big Ten opponent. It always has, is, and always will be.
In front here, Kyle.
The offense as a whole, how close do you think they've come to kind of reaching their full potential, and how much better do you think they can still get?
Well, that's, as a coach, gosh darn, let's let's achieve good. We've done this so far. Now, if we could just get this better. So you're always striving for and chasing to be as good as you can be.
Front, Steve.
Jim, could you talk about Grant Newsome and what you've seen from him as a volunteer, as a coach who's helping out, and also what he's doing academically here?
Well, he's knocking both out of the park, without a doubt. I mean, it's to the point where he could go around the bases twice. He's hitting it so far. What he's done academically has always been at the top of the class, and very close to the perfect 4.0 GPA, taking as much rigor as he possibly can, and as a football coach, exceptional as an underclassman, to the better than anybody I've ever seen. He contributes daily, weekly, not only in scouting reports, but I mean in game he's contributed, and I think anybody around here would tell you that just it's at the highest level as an individual, and whatever he does, whatever he touches, he's just really good at.
All the way to your left, Larry.
What do you say to your players about the opportunity they have to, win a game in this rivalry and for this, season's Big Ten race, and also, to beat a ranked team on the road, something that hasn't happened around here in a while?
Mm-hmm. Great opportunity.
That's it?
Yeah.
Nick.
Jim, with the offense, in terms of as much as you guys have stacked through the course of the season, how have you been pleased with their ability to grasp what you're adding on week after week? I know a lot of guys talked in the offseason about, it seems like it's more, I don't know what the word was, but whatever. How have you seen their grasp of what you're adding week by week and how they're executing, practice the field, that sort of thing?
Yeah, this, better each day, real good in terms of constant, continuous improvement. They're very intense about the way they practice and prepare. But better today than yesterday, better tomorrow than today. Really defines this group.
You're 7 weeks in with Shea now, and same question about a guy like that. His, ascension, how it's gone in terms of recognition and then execution on the field.
Yeah, again, better each week. He finds another thing to be really good at every single week. This past week, his running ability, his ball handling was superb. With the fakes, with the carrying out the fakes, with the decision making, ball security. He does a great job of taking care of the football. He had one that he forced in this ball game last week, but that's the first one I can remember in a while. In several games anyway. Does a great job making decisions. Team trusts him.
Back right, Tom.
Jim, maybe reflect back your junior year, 1985, what it was like for you to go up to East Lansing, get a big win at Spartan Stadium, and maybe and how Bo approached that rivalry, and then how you as a coach, in contrast, approaching this rivalry and this opportunity on Saturday.
The way it always has been, the way it is, the way it always will be. Approach it the same as it always has. Big game.
Middle, Adam.
Jim, we've been seeing a lot of Nick Eubanks lately. It seems like he's been on the end of, 4, 5, 6, 20-yard catches this year. What's allowed him to get open? What's allowed him to do that?
Oh, what's allowed him to do that? He's really progressed in all areas, with his blocking, with his route running, with his catching, and really progressed in his understanding of the scheme. There was times where Nick played early. He played right away in his very first ball game. and he would sometimes be the guy asking the question as we're leaving the huddle and need a reminder. Now Nick's giving the reminders. It's it's really impressive how sharp he is. He's even come up with I won't tell you exactly what it is, but he changed a blocking scheme for us. I mean, that's how far he's come and progressed in the area of really understanding the game and knowing his assignments and others. He's interchangeable now at all tight end positions, and just progressing all the time, every day.
How often do you get a guy that, so you change the blocking scheme, how often do you get a guy who has input that you guys as coaches agree with and say, okay, yeah, let's incorporate this?
From time to time. It happens.
In the front here, Angelique.
Jim, I went blank when I was asking about Rashawn after the game. Wanted to ask, is it a lingering thing with his shoulder, or do you think he'll be able to come back from that this week?
I don't know, and if he's going to be back this week, and past that, I'm just not talking about any injuries.
Ben Mason did not play much last week. Was that injury or was that game plan related?
Not talking about any injuries.
So you're saying that this?
I'm not saying that. No, you're saying that.
I am, but I was just.
Part of your question was it injury related? I'm saying not talking about any injuries.
Okay.
Okay.
On the left, Dan.
Was Ben Mason's not participating game plan related?
Not talking about any participation game plan specific this week.
Chris.
Coach, getting Aubrey Solomon back, and just talk about how he played in his limited snaps on Saturday and how good it is to see him back out there.
That was good. Thought he did an excellent job. Saw it in practice during the week, and where he hit the sled and practiced, and he carried that over to the game. It was great to have him back out there.
All right, Jamie.
In the past, players in this rivalry have fanned the flames on both sides. Is there any directive from you, don't say things like that, keep it close to the vest, or you just say, let it go?
I think we could all use a break from the cliches that have been plowed so thoroughly on both sides.
On the left, Aaron.
Jim, has Tariq Black been cleared to practice yet?
Not talking about injuries, statuses, schemes.
One or two more questions related to football.
So just so Angelique doesn't feel she's treated unfairly, or Dan, don't want Dan to feel treated unfairly. I did say that.
To game plan related, but can you say anything about what went into giving Joe Milton a couple of looks last week?
Yeah, thought that there were some plays that he could execute in the ball game.
Monday after a big win, Monday heading into a big game like this, are you noticing the guys are any different as far as motivation or just excitement, anything like that?
Only been around a few. They're Sunday's the day off, and Monday they're in class. So all of them have been in class since 8:30 this morning. So we'll see them later this afternoon.
Last question with Isaiah.
What kind of emergence have you seen David Long make from last year when he finally started to get to play a lot to this year? Obviously, it seems like they're not even targeting, other teams aren't even targeting him at all.
Yeah, he's really solid and in the right place all the time, and just a heck of a good football player. He's been tough. He's out there every snap, every ball game. And he's just a really good player, and getting his hands on the ball when they throw it toward him, and the coverage is always tight, and he's a good tackler. He's a top-notch player in the conference, in my opinion.